Nigeria Info. For the best of news, talk and sports 24/7. Our freedom depends on our proactive responsibilities.
Let's talk, act, and be about development.
With one voice, our potential is realized. This is your number one news, talk, and sports radio station. 92.3 Nigeria Info. I am listening.
We start you off in the morning, keep you all day, and keep you company all night long. We are 92.3 Nigeria Info. The first talk station of the nation.
And now, hard facts.
Hard facts with Dayo.
Hello, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Hard Facts 92.3 Nigeria Info in Port Harcourt. I'm Dayo. 11 minutes past 3 p.m. You're welcome to the conversation today at the Thursday edition. And Thursday edition is good because, yep, you know why. It comes before the Friday edition, which is very good as well. Anyways, I hope you've had a fine week so far and a brilliant Thursday also. Considering it's pretty tough out there. Very tough, you know, these days. And it seems like it's getting tougher, you know. It's getting tougher. But you know what they say? You know what they say? They say it's darkest before dawn. And I believe that. It's darkest before dawn. So for those of you who are prone to leaving it in the hands of God, I'm praying that God will come and help us in Nigeria. And I remember I said I will not say anything against that any longer. Maybe we do need some divine intervention, actually. So maybe this is God doing his thing, you know. Maybe it's God doing his thing. You never know. I don't know. Maybe. So keep believing and play your role. Do your part as a citizen to make this country better. Well, you can call God into it if you want, but do a little something as well. Do what you can. You know. Welcome. From now till 7 o'clock, we keep the conversation going. A few matters we're going to be discussing as usual. Let's see. I do have side comments coming up in a moment, you know, the random stories and random thoughts on those stories, which will not be discussed now till much later. After the major is at 6 during the open season segment. Remember that one? Yeah, that's the one. And after that, I do have a rant coming up. Something in my mind that express some thoughts on it. And I'd like to get your take on my thoughts. Till 4 p.m. We've got business news at 4, and what do we have after that? Just a moment, let's see. Oh yeah, CP Mukan yet to act on e-crack team. Yeah. Remember the e-crack guys? Yeah, the ones who extorted some students a while back. Let's the stories here somewhere. Yeah, a victim of the disbanded Igbo crack extortion is worried that nothing has been done 4 months after the Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, Eboka Friday, promised that he will ensure justice in the matter. You might remember that members of the disbanded e-crack team were reported to have been undergoing interrogation at the State Criminal Investigation Department of the Rivers State Police Command following their arrest. Now, the victim, a final-year student of the University of Port Harcourt, spoke to our correspondent, and here's what he had to say. Just a moment. There we go.
Better to buy from filling station direct. Those that they are selling.
Oh, sorry, definitely not the one. Apologies for that.
Nothing has been done concerning this case. State Secretary has not contacted me. The last time I went there to write my own statement, I left my number with them. And even when they wanted to see me the following week, they reached out to me. But for the past 3 months, I have not been contacted. No justice. Right now, I'm in debt. I'm really worried about my money and my safety. In as much as I want justice to be served and I want my money returned, I'm also concerned about my safety. And the fact that nothing is happening and nothing has been done and it's looking like nothing is going to happen, it's giving me enough concern.
Now, the final year student also expressed surprise that the members of the disbanded e-crack team have been released.
Not really I could verify, or not from a reliable source anyway. I heard something like they were placed on temporary, but
might remember that a member of the disbanded E-Crack team forgot his mobile phone in the car of his victim after extorting 150,000 naira from him. And months afterwards, just about nothing has been done. But yeah, besides the usual rhetoric and statement that we get from the police. So we'll look at that in the 4 o'clock hour after the business news. And taking us to 5, the news update comes up, and I might be speaking with someone on the matter, by the way, in the 4 o'clock hour. Just stay for that. Also, in the 5 o'clock hour, suspected cultists carry out repeat attack on traders in the Ogbunabali axis of Port Harcourt. I know this matter was discussed yesterday, but it was the original incident that was the focus of the conversation. Now, there's been a follow-up to that. Something else has taken place, and it happened yesterday, by the way. It happened yesterday. And here's the story. Suspected cultists have carried out their threats that they will repeat an attack on traders, especially computer dealers at the Ogbunabali axis of Port Harcourt City local government area of Rivers State. Remember that following the first attack on their shops by the suspected cultists last week, the traders called on government and security agencies to come to their rescue. And after that, the police said the situation had been contained. But yesterday evening, some traders told Nigeria Info that the cold boys returned, attacked them, looted goods worth more than 5 million, and destroyed valuables. They said the bad boys operated, operated and left without the intervention of the security agency and government. Let's listen to what was said about the so-called bad boys. Bad boys is a good thing, you know. Bad boys is a good thing. There's a classic movie that's titled Bad Boys. You know, with Will Smith and the other guy. That's why spoil Bad Boys. Okay, let's hear what was said.
After the news became blocking all the roads and beating up people, two laptops, and asking people on the street, asking all the shops to close up. They were taking phones from Aguma to Etche to the entire environment around Ogbunabali guys, because there was nothing they could do since it has been reported to the police and the security agencies and nothing has been done. It has been a terrible experience. Exactly the same way they threatened to steal what they have said. We bust into people's shop, enter into people's office. We are shifting practically and carrying people's laptops. Here with guarding, they are just packing the laptops in the car, iPhones. And we have not seen the presence of the police since that day. That is even what was even scaring us more. These guys claim that we should be giving them 500,000 naira a month. Where will that money come from? I know of one of my colleagues here whose shop was opened into today. The guy has lost only today more than 3 million naira. What of in my very before I was watching them, people were jumping out from cars. Some ladies wouldn't enjoy themselves because of the way these guys are coming.
Now, one of the traders explained the encounter with the attackers.
Decision so far is that the shops will be locked up and all these roads around Ogbunabali will be shut down until government comes to address the situation. Because the pattern they came the last time was that when they come in the morning, after a while they come back in the evening and repeat it again. That was what happened last week. So because we don't want a repeat of this, Ogbunabali businessmen have decided not to open just the business environment tomorrow. But local government chairman, this is his community. We've not heard from him, we've not heard from the police, we've not heard from the government.
Our correspondent gathered that the attack on the traders followed the refusal to pay the suspected cultists. Why are they calling them suspected cultists? What they call, just call them criminals, thieves. I think the popular one is bandits. You can call them that too. What they call matching grant, or even terrorists, which will see the shop owners pay 500,000 monthly to, again, suspected cultists. And at the time of this report, the Port Harcourt City local government authorities and the police had not made any statement as to what they're doing to stop a repeat of the attack on the traders in the area. That conversation, the follow-up to yesterday's conversation, comes up in the 5 o'clock hour. Hopefully, they might be having a guest for that conversation as well. Still working on it. Headlines 5:30, major news at 6 p.m. Open season afterwards till about 7. When we wrap it up, that's the show today. Any changes, you'll find out. Just stay tuned. So we'll keep the conversation going now with today's side comments, random stories, random thoughts, which will not be discussed now, of course. Now, some students of the Ignatius Ajuru University of Education who were recently awarded first-class honors were made to write a qualifying test today to prove they merit their first-class status. Some of the students who spoke to our correspondent just before the exam started criticized it, saying the information about the test was vague and on short notice, while others welcomed the idea. Okay, all right. Let's hear what the students had to say about this. What do I call it? Is it qualifying first-class test? Or something?
If you say you don't trust us, we do not give ourselves the score.
My department brought our names 2 days ago. If I was to be in another state or maybe even out of the country, how would I have come back?
How are we going to defend a result in 30 minutes for a result that was accumulated over the years?
Why don't they verify those that are in second class that are supposed to come down to third class?
How about those persons that won't be able to meet up the score they want for today? What would they do about them?
We don't know the index of measuring.
For the RMS to be so porous to allow students to get access to it, that makes the results management system totally unuseful.
I think they are having a lot of students coming at the same grade level.
If we are to read everything we do, we're going to read like 80 courses. So the problem is that they didn't narrow it down for us. But then I feel like it's actually a pathway to progress.
Okay. Now, some of the students spoke to our correspondent after writing a 45 minutes test, which they said was in quantitative reasoning. All right.
We saw a lot of questions that we really reasoned a lot to answer them. I must say this, it's not really worth it. I don't see a position where this particular exam we wrote to be used to determine a 4-year struggle of an individual.
Do you know that I went and read on year 1 of my profession? You know that what I saw there was something else. As I'm talking, I'm bleeding inside my heart. For my 5 years, 4 years was COVID-19. Some person did not even write. Computer science department, they uploaded their edition on Saturday, and the ones that came out of class did not write. One woman just came with her baby. 2 minutes to the exam, they just gave her paper and she did not even write anything.
Okay, all right. I wish I could discuss this, but I do have other things lined up already. But, wow, I wish we could discuss this on the show today. But anyway, back to the news. As you may know, Ignatius Ajuru University of Education decided that all 2021 graduating students with a cumulative grade point average of 4.5 and above take what they call the qualifying test due to concerns that certain factors may have influenced the first-class degrees obtained by the students. Now, I am very sure that the guys, the dons at Ignatius Ajuru University of Education believe that they're doing a good thing. I'm sure they believe that. I'm sure the school's management, the school's senate, and everybody else believe that they're doing a good thing. But I am not a university don. I do not have a doctorate, like a professorship. But I have my doubts about this. And let's hear what some of these, in my opinion, very smart students had to say about their experience with this matter. Let's go over that again.
If you say you don't trust us, we do not give ourselves the score.
My department.
Let's start with that. The school awarded the scores. Is the school saying that we do not trust the scores that we awarded? Because that is what Ignatius Ajuru University of Education is saying, in my estimation. What they're saying is, we doubt the scores that we awarded the students. In other words, do not trust the scores that we award our students. Something fishy is going on, in the words of, is it Davido that did that song? Something fishy. Back to the sound.
Brought our names 2 days ago. If I was to be in another state or maybe even out of the country, how would I have come back?
Very nice point again. So 2 days ago is when some of these students, first-class graduates, were notified. What if somebody was out of the country? I mean, having finished from school, you may just decide to go on a holiday someplace or travel to your village or whatever it is.
How are we going to defend a result in 30 minutes for a result that was accumulated over the years?
Well, I mean, you can actually. But then again, it's also a valid question because this was a course that was run over the years in the school, and the school decides in 30 minutes to determine who merits a first class and who does not merit a first class. So how do you determine that in 30 minutes? The school, that is. I mean, if you go for a qualifying test to exam somewhere for a job, They might give you 30 minutes or 45 minutes to test, so that's different. But in this case with the school, so the school is saying, we don't trust what we did with these students for 4 years or for 5 years or for whatever, or 3 years or whatever it is, but we're going to trust what we will do with them in 30 minutes. I don't get that. I mean, how does that work exactly? It's a bit confusing for me. Now, some of these students could be in a bad place, maybe mentally or emotionally. So if a student is in a bad place emotionally, or has something they're dealing with right now and is not in a good state of mind and does not perform well in this abruptly organized test, does that automatically mean that all the work the student put in the last 3, 4, 5 years, which earned the student that first class, was not merited? Back to the sound.
Why don't they verify those that are in second class that are supposed to come down to third class?
Okay, that student just has bad belly, that's all. Why should they bring them down to third class?
How about those persons that won't be able to meet up the score they want for today? What will they do about them?
Good question. So, if I don't meet up with your test today, does it mean then that I didn't work hard for my first class degree? Really?
I don't know the index of measuring.
For the RMS to be so porous to allow students to get access to it, that makes the results management system totally unuseful.
I mean, we could question the entire thing. We could question everything that goes on in that school if the school itself does not trust the degrees that they're about to award to their students.
I think they are having a lot of students coming at the same grade level.
If we are to read everything we do, we're going to read like 80 courses. So the problem is that they didn't narrow it down for us. But then I feel like it's actually a pathway to progress.
That lady must be, those students that are always raising their hand in class. She's the one. She's the one that she's the one that always reminds the lecturer that, excuse me, sir, you said you were going to give us tests today. When the lecturer has forgotten, maybe 10 minutes to the end of the class, maybe it's a 1 hour, 2 hour lecture, about 15 minutes to the end of the class, she will raise her hand up. Lecturer will say, do you have a question? I know you now. Yes. Brilliant student. You have a question. So yes, last 2 weeks ago, sir, you said you were going to give us a test today. She sounds like one of those students. But anyways, I really wonder what the management of Ignatius Ajuru University of Education are trying to accomplish with this, because it definitely does not reflect well. It doesn't reflect well on the school at all. No, it doesn't. I'm getting some comments via. Let's talk about this after the meeting is at 6 p.m. Let's talk about it then, okay? If you don't mind, we can discuss this and all the other matters on the show during the open season segment after the meeting is at 6 p.m. Let's discuss it then. Oh, let's see. What else is there? What else did caught my attention on the news today? Let's see. I think that just might be it, I suppose. I'm pressed for time, so I think I'll leave up the side comment on that note. Oh yeah, I would like to wrap it up this way to remind the governor that the students, the RSSDA students, remember them. I spoke with a representative of the association. They have a parents association. Let's look into their situation. That's the River State Sustainable Development Agency. Some students were on foreign scholarships and they are in a very difficult situation right now. And the governor made some promise regarding those students. I think I have that sound here somewhere. I think I'd like to play that back. Just a moment. I know it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough. There are many things to do. His Excellency can forget some of these things, and that's why I'm here. To remind him of some of these very important and critical matters. So here's what the governor said again on the matter to wrap up today's side comments.
Issue of the strike. We said, okay, what are we going to do? For those of them who are in the sciences, engineering, medicine, we can say, okay, these are courses we should allow our people to continue. But those who are reading philosophy, those who are reading literature, accountancy, For Christ's sake, we have capacity, we have competent universities over there. You come back, we will still give you that scholarship. But for these other professional agents who are willing to continue with the scholarship, that's what we say. If you're reading accountancy, if you're reading literature, come home. We have a lot of lecturers we can't begin, we don't have foreign exchange. And we are trying to spend the little that we have. The one we just paid, we are talking about $1 million. As at the time I came, I paid over $4 million. And you're talking about 3 billion. The 3 billion you're talking about, is it for a final year student or for year 1 to the final year student? Final year only. Final year only. At 3 billion. What about those in year 2? What about those in year 3? I can say is that if you are within this area, science, medical, be assured that we are going to pay the money. But if you are not in sciences, we cannot give out our foreign exchange. Or for those who are in philosophy. We have so many universities.
Your Excellency, the things that you said, this was at Chatham House, I believe. I think it was 2017 or so, or thereabouts. Those statements you made, the promises have not been fulfilled yet. Let's look into that. Some of these students are in very, very difficult situations. Even those that came back home don't have their transcripts. Those that were able to complete their programs don't have the certificates yet because they are still owing those schools. Let's look into that. Your Excellency. All right, so that's it for side comments. I go on a break. When I return, today's round comes on. Please stay with us.
Information is a two-way thing. Nigeria Info, it's your turn. Let's talk.
And now, Hard Facts.
Hard Facts with Dio.
Welcome back. It is Hard Facts 91.3 Nigeria Info here in Port Harcourt. I'm Dio. And I'd like to rant for just a bit. There's something in my mind. I'd like to express some thoughts in it, and you're welcome to express your thoughts and mine too for. But before I get to today's rant, I know I said I'd leave the conversation till after the meeting is at 6, but there was an interesting message via WhatsApp on my side comment a while ago regarding the situation at the Ignatius Ajuru University of Education. Emmanuel from Port Harcourt sent this in. Dio, if the school authority is in doubt with those that got first class, what about those that have F9? They too should protest their failures. That's Emmanuel from Port Harcourt. Emmanuel has got a very brilliant point. So, Ignatius Ajuru, if you're doubting those who got first class and you're giving them tests, then you should doubt those who failed, or those who got a pass, or those who got low grades as well. You should also give them a test. And if they pass the test, you can even bump them to first class if they pass very well, you know. All right, so let's get to today's rant. Something in my mind. This thing always happens. It's a flaw of mine, actually. It's a flaw. You know, I'm not perfect, so I can't help myself. That's it. Where's that story? It's here somewhere. Oh, here we are. Now there is a new tactic in town. You know how it is that Nigerian governments are never responsive to the responsibilities. More often than not, they're not. I think most people in government in Nigeria believe that they're in office so that they can answer the title honorable or excellencies, so that lots of hungry people can bow down to them and tell them that they are loyal, that their boy is loyal, and so that they can wear fine clothes and move around in bulletproof SUV, armored SUVs with mopo and escorts. I think that's the understanding of a lot of people in political office in Nigeria, especially elected positions, executive positions. But sadly, nothing could be farther from the truth. And sadly as well, it is, I believe, largely responsible for the terrible quality of life that most Nigerians are having to deal with because of insensitive, unproductive governments. However, once again, what that leads to is the decay in just about every sector, whether it's infrastructure, whether it's healthcare, whether it's security, whether it's, you name it, education. Everything's gone bonkers, really. And it all comes down to the terrible quality of leadership that we have in the country at every level, actually, at the federal level, the state level, and what I like to refer to as the non-existent local level. But there is a way. You see, Nigerians are brilliant. We are a brilliant people. I've always believed that. Or maybe it's God just taking control. Not maybe, who knows. But some Nigerians have been able to find a way to compel government to do the needful, to compel government to do what it needs to do. And I strongly suspect that this can be done in every area of our lives, literally, that government has failed to attend to. Every area. Once the people are able to simply organize themselves. Now, remember, those who showed us this way, who have shown us this secret, it's a secret that I'm sharing with you right now. And this seminar is absolutely free. It's supposed to, anywhere I talk about this seminar, I have blessed people's lives in America, in UK with this seminar. People pay a lot of money for it. Sometimes $1,000, sometimes $10,000. But some good people have paid for this seminar already. That's why I'm giving the secret out absolutely free of charge. Free of charge. Normally, I would say come to one hotel in Rumola, but no need for that, because people have paid for it, and they've paid me to just give you this secret for free. And I've made people in other places, so I decided to come back home and help my people, because charity, they say, begins at home. Now, even those guys, the Eleme Ogoni, remember them? It was my secret. It was my secret that I shared with them. You know, when they blocked off the road and they were eating cowtail and goat head, and with canopies and singing, and they blocked off the road for days, and now contracts have been awarded. We're hearing 2.5 billion here, 2.5 billion there, and supposedly work either has or will commence soon on that road. Well, guess what? The result of this secret of mine, people are buying into the secrets already. You too can do it. Now, the youths of Igbo Etche have threatened to block the Etche Eleme Junction road by the end of August if the federal and the state governments fail to mobilize contractors to fix the bad section of the road. Now, they said they believe that the only way to get government's attention is to close the road completely. Some of them who spoke to our correspondent said the people of Igbo Etche have been subjected to hardship, and the road has become a death trap for motorists and residents as armed robbers and kidnappers have taken over the road. Let's hear what these persons have to say about this situation. Okay, here we are.
I don't know what Etche people do to any level of the government. We are not happy with what is happening on this road. People have lost their life. They have killed so many souls on this road. Armed robbers are taking over this place. This bad spot of the road is affecting us. If nothing is done by River State government, by federal government, to fix this bad spot of the road, we are going to take the measure Eleme people took. We are giving them between now and ending of this month. If nothing is done, by September first week, we are going to shut down this place. Hoodlums are taking over this place. Nefarious activities is taking place in this place. They are kidnapping people, stealing, all sorts of criminality.
My brother was kidnapped here, this bad spot of road in Etche yesterday. They have been calling us to bring ransom. The step Eleme Ogoni took is a very nice step. It was a peaceful measure, and I think that measure can as well be applied in Etche. So we are calling on the River State governor to please hear to the plight of Etche.
You see, the secret is working. It worked for the Ogoni Eleme youths. Now the youths or the people of Etche Eleme in Eleme want or Igbo Etche have decided to use these secrets as well. And if you think about it, these secrets might be able to work for everything else. Everything else. If education is in shambles, which it is, by the way, just block the road. Shut it down. If healthcare is not working, which very largely it mostly is not, maybe the secret to getting government to fix it, just shut the road. If education is in shambles, which largely it is actually, I mean, we know, just shut it down. Resident doctors are on strike right now. Healthcare is a huge problem. Just shut the road. So these secrets, I've been sharing it all over the place, and it has been changing lives. And I decided to come and share it with my people as well. So anywhere you have problems, because once again, honorables and excellencies are too busy right now. It's even worse. 2023 is approaching. They're very, very busy. They don't have time for all this one that you're saying. Who will be BOT party chairman? Who will not be party chairman? Where are we going to zone it to? Where will we not zone it to? Who is going to be? That's what's going on right now. That's what's going on right now. Who's going to get the party ticket, party flag bearer? That's what governance is about at the moment. So if you want to get anything done, sadly and most unfortunately so, you may just have to block off a major road somewhere, and follow the Ogoni Eleme template. It's a brilliant template. Get your canopies. Make sure that you have gathered money for food. Cows and goats, very much advised. Get some musicians as well. If possible, you can bring in Davido or something. Just, or Wizkid or even Burna Boy. Just exactly make it as lively as possible. You can provide some camping tents so that people can sleep. Get some anti-malaria ointment as well, or anti-mosquito ointment or stuff like that. Let's think big about this. The bigger, the better. Sadly so, that is what we have been relegated to as a people. To get government to do their responsibilities and play their roles as government, we probably have to just shut down roads. So think about that. I decided to come and bless my people at home with this secret. On that note, I end my round. Thanks for listening. I hope I didn't bore you. Any thoughts on my lecture? Numbers are the same, lines are open. We got 0817-923-0002 or 0003. Also 0817-923-0007. We're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH. WhatsApp is on 0809-030-6416. We're also live on YouTube. Just search for Nigeria Info PH on YouTube. Dear Dio, this is via WhatsApp. No work yet on Adedayo Elusakin Road. People are trekking morning and evening due to Indorama operations at their gate, while the equipment deployed by contractors are neatly displayed like Christmas trees and cordoned by the roadside near Trailer Park, unutilized. Another roadblock is imminent. If more delays, that's a mystery manual. Well, the equipment came. They may not just start work immediately. There may be some other technical things that need to be done. Maybe some seismic tests and other things. Before work will commence. Just give them some time. Emmanuel from Mine 3 is on the line. Hello, you're welcome. Please go on.
Dayo, I support your model, that Eleme model anywhere, because Dayo, if you pass that Etche road there, if people do and leave that place, whether they live inside hellfire or I don't know. That again, another Oyubo road again. Oyubo road another one again. What's it? So let's develop Etche and Oyubo. Block it express road. Block it totally. Full canopy there. Buy goats, buy ram. I will join them. Yeah. So if they pass Oyubo and go here, if people are living there, whether they live in River State, where they can build one overhead bridge. If they don't go to overhead bridge and give to them that place, die on now. Come on, talk about overhead bridge one. Give to Igbo, one to Oyubo. Dayo, they are living perpetual starvation in that place. Thank you, Dayo.
You're welcome, you're very welcome. It's my secret. Chris from where is this? Rumosi, I think. Hello, you're welcome. Go on. Oh, Rumo Biakani, I think. All right, Chris, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Yes. Good evening, Dayo.
All right, go on.
The Eleme protest. Who told you it will work? See, promise is not action. So if the people, they should have waited for
Eleme people to start first before they...
2.5 billion has been awarded for...
that is the story now. We've been hearing...
equipment has been mobilized to site.
It's still not enough. We need to see them working.
Don't worry,
see that equipment for, God knows, another 2 years. Nothing is happening.
This is the secret. This is a secret I've shared in other countries, other places, and it has worked.
They did it somewhere. I've forgotten the place. At the end of the day, the people themselves went in there and lose some mechanism.
No, they didn't follow. They didn't follow the secrets the way I outlined the secrets. If they follow the secrets well, it will work.
It will work.
Don't worry, it will work, Chris. It will work.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I've got Favor from Eleme. Hello, you're welcome, Favor. Go on.
Okay, good evening.
Hello.
How is yours?
Very well, thanks.
This issue of blocking of road because of Eleme people did it. I don't really know whether it can work for especially that issue. Because why I'm saying it is because of this Eleme road is one of the major roads. It's the hub of the nation. The government benefits a lot in that particular place. And the way Eleme people block that road, I don't know whether if all those people have the machinery, the tools, because the tools they use in this place was trucks. Because the trucks that
why are you majoring in the minor? Can't you rent truck? Can't the people rent truck if nobody has truck?
You know, here now, like here has a refinery or next import. I don't know whether if they can just use the opportunity because that very day when the road shut down, it takes them unaware. Almost all the trucks that was coming out from MPA, coming out from refinery, all of them, their tire was deflated.
Favor, just follow the secret. Just follow the secrets. You know, just follow the secrets.
Secondly, our president traveled to outside Nigeria for medical care. Then the doctor was supposed to protest. Now, waiting for him for airport, so that when he just land immediately, they will tell him, welcome, we are on protest. You went to outside Nigeria to go and take medical care. You did not even recognize that we are doctors. We can treat you. That's what I am even waiting for. Not that Buhari, our president, went for outside Nigeria. You are on strike. Keeping people, commoners, that are supposed to attend health care. Since they are on strike now, a lot of people don't die for
so the doctors should just block off the road as well.
For Abuja, in case it comes down, so that they can address the issue. Thank you.
You're welcome. I've got Wisdom on the line. Hello, Wisdom. Please go
on. Good day.
Hello.
All right. The question, Professor Juro University, is it part of the discussion?
No. That will be later after the 6 o'clock news.
All right. It's okay. It's bad road, right?
Did you hear the rant at all?
Yeah, sure, I did.
So if you heard the rant, then you must know what the conversation is about.
Yeah, Etche youth plan to also block, I think, a road that is in a deplorable condition.
Exactly.
All right, it's okay. I think I have nothing to say in that regard. Thank you.
All right. Via Facebook, I hope my call screener took note of that. Let's be sure what the caller wants to talk about before we pass them through to the studio. All right. Via Facebook, Ben Kaiser goes, this is a welcome idea if this is the only language the government will understand. The honest truth is that those roads must be fixed. Jarob Sunja goes, let it not be said by the opposition that you are giving out secrets of road blocking and cow eating. Please, this secret is not for the poor masses. Stop it. This is a secret that I've shared in other parts of the world. And, in those places, they used to pay people that come for the seminars pay sometimes $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. So, how can I not share it with my own people back here at top? Via Facebook, Alaribe goes, the only alternatives for government, state, federal, to do the needful in this branch of the road is protest, which is very unfortunate. All right. And thank God Ategu goes, we're not joking about the Etche Eleme Junction road. Obviously, I sincerely hope you're not joking as well. And now to WhatsApp now, Igbo people have not woken up. Instead of demanding for matching ground and those working their roads for them, they're now demanding for their roads to be worked. Igbo people, are you there? Wake up as well. Time to act is now. That's from John. God bless Nigeria Info. The awareness you people are taking is not working. All right. Good afternoon, Dai. Agitation has become the order of the day. Since the political elite refuse dialogue, great rant as always. That's Chase from Port Harcourt. I've got Barry on the line from Rumola. Hello, Barry. Go on.
Yes. Good afternoon, Dai.
Go ahead.
Yes, you have made a very valid point there over the mechanism that can be used to compare the relevant authorities to do what they're supposed to do per time. And if it works for the Eleme / people, I think it can also work for other, persons in any area at all. I have always said that if people can turn up, the way they do to attend religious events and come out together to protest, the ease in society today that we can, actually make these people to do and respond to us positively. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Barry. Back to WhatsApp. Hello, Dio. I'm sorry to disappoint you that your idea may not help this time. I hope the state doesn't have oversight on the road. It worked for Eleme because it was a federal road, and the elements who blocked the road are allegedly opposition, and they had all the support of the state government. If they try that idea on state road, the commander Wike that I know will deal with them decisively. In fact, it will be a no-work, no-pay experience for them. They will have themselves to blame. All streams of oxygen to that community will be blocked. They should have a rethink, and that's Anthony. Anthony, I disagree with you. I disagree with you vehemently. His Excellency likes. His Excellency does not want anything that would tamper with. You think we need your money from your roadside barbing salon? We don't need that one. Or you think we need your money from a pure water business? No. We don't need that one. That's why when people come to slap you and forcefully drag your hair dryer, we don't do anything about that one. But there are some areas nobody must touch it. Anything that will affect our oil and gas business, RGR, you must not touch it. So, yes, His Excellency or other persons may want to use force, but if the people can organize themselves like these other guys did, just make sure there are enough cows there and enough goods as well. Yeah, it will work. It will work. I guess your brilliant idea is your own little way of giving back to the society. Thank you. All right. Whether it's federal or river state government, let them come and help the good people of Etche. We're really suffering. Kidnappers have overtaken the road due to the bad nature of the road. The road needs proper attention. I am one of the beneficiaries of this seminar. There is an antidote to all sorts of problems. If the government failed in their function, then we shut down the economy. I agree with your ideas, and I think doctors should also block the airports. Nigerians might think it's a joke, but you've just given us the solution to 90% of Nigeria's problems. If the people can come out en masse and block every access road and demand for a change in the polity, I think the politicians will sit up. That's Maxwell from Port Harcourt. Your idea is a way of giving back to society. That's from James Apabio. James, that's just is what I do, James. It's what I do. I just go about giving back, up and down, just giving back. That's what I do. The language our leaders understand is blockade, strike, and protest. They've been able to conquer protest, with police leaving us with strikes or blockade. Etche Road made me spend additional 129,000 naira above the contract sum due to damages and delays some months back. We're all victims. The NNPC woman that tried to fix it with hardcore, lost her job in the process as alleged. The road is in interest to some bigwigs. Maybe more people need to die before attention is given. It's terrible. And that's Frank from Woji. Your secrets will work in other countries, not Nigeria. You need to propound another secret that will make this secret work. Notes on Net Road worked out because it was a case of sponsorship of one government against another, and that's from Bob. So that's the problem. When you people are too afraid of excellency, they say that's what happens eventually. No, this is a tested and proven secret. Like I said, I was getting paid for it in other countries, and I decided to come back home and give it out. And the people of the Ogoni Eleme youth used it, and it worked. If it worked there, it can work anywhere else. It doesn't matter if it's a federal road or a state road. Yes, very likely there will be threats, and very likely the police in River State, CP McCann and Co. will get intelligence reports, as they always do. That's something that hell will fall down, hell will collapse on Port Harcourt, and nuclear bombs will explode if this blockade is allowed to continue, and there will be threats that people will be dealt with decisively, and you might even hear a no work no pay policy or something like that, as has been alleged or suggested by one of the respondents over here. But if you stick to your guns, and if the people come out en masse like the Ogoni Eleme youths did, and like I said, it's very important, make sure that there are enough goats and cows. It's very important. And yams as well, you know, for goat meat, yam pepper soup. Very, very important. It's very, I'm giving you the things that will make it work. Goat meat pepper soup can help any blockade. It's critical to blockades, as long as there's yam by the side also. Very important. Good afternoon, Doc. The secret formula, are we going to give this a name in case of future discussions? The roadblock formula, the east-west formula, the Eleme Ogoni youth formula. Take a pick. Thanks, that's from Abo Karibo. The people can decide what they want to name it. You know, if the people decide they want to name it after me as well, I will not decline. You know, normally I won't accept things like that normally, but if the people call me and while I'm sipping tea somewhere in my backyard, and people call me and say they must name this secret after me, what am I going to do except to listen to the voice of the people? You know. Good afternoon, I want to thank you so much. A new method of getting government attention is to block roads. We in Abua Odua, we will block the bad section of the road. That's some good news. All right, you can look into that as well. Look into that. All right, Inat Dairy has already had a different name for it as well. Thou shalt not pass formula. That's indeed. So let's look into that. Let's look into that. So and remember once again, it's not going to come easy, especially if that road happens to be a state road. Once again, we can already tell what's going to happen. There will be threats of decisively dealing with people. The police will get intelligence reports. That's constant. They must have it that nuclear bombs will explode if that blockade is allowed to continue. You know, and all kinds of things will go on. No work, no pay, and all of that. So stick to your guns, get enough canopies, as many trucks as you can, and once again, goat's meat pepper soup with hot yam. Very important to make it work. It's very integral to the success of the blockade. Alright, so we have to wrap this up right now. I've got business news coming up top of the hour at 4 p.m. After that, discussions continue, and we're looking at the matter of, what's that matter? A victim of the disbanded Igbo crack extortion is worried nothing's been done 4 months after. What's CP Booker Friday doing? More, and I'll be I have a guest for that conversation. If one or two it is when I return, do please stay with us.